Racing fans, welcome back to Champion Horse Racing. We're getting right into today's episode. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying some of the content on the channel. I appreciate all the love and support. I am still getting around to responding to comments. Just like to take my time to make sure I can respond to you guys each, with good responses in regards to anything you've said. So what I've already done here today is enter our horses into two PvP races. The Grade 1 Arrowfield Stakes. Adiyoshi Preston will be handling the field on that one. That will be in 30 minutes, 31 minutes from now. I had it completely wrong in my notes, but that's okay. And then I have another race, the Grade 2 Premier Bowl with Super One, our other colt. That will be happening about 45 minutes or so. Actually, way more than that, maybe about 50 minutes or so after that Grade 1 Arrowfield Stakes. Of course, this video is not going to last that long. I will have to edit and get to those races and put them in here. But that is what I have so far in store for us today. Keep in mind the 3 horse down there with the 81 rating, Stars of Galaxy, the horse that we're going to look right there in the middle of your screen. Stars of Galaxy is a 2-year-old colt, 2 years and 1 month. So light, good weight. It says right now at 986. I want to get that up a little bit. Fatigue at 55%. Obviously, this is pretty much a newborn on the track as far as racing is concerned. So I want to take my time in figuring out what Stars of Galaxy has. I think this is a later growth type horse. So I have some years. So what I like to do is just really focus on the training, making sure that we can understand what our horse strengths and weaknesses are. I like to see at least what their speed and stamina are going to be. I think getting those figured out earlier lets you know what type of racehorse you'll really have. Whether you have a horse that can truly compete against some good fields or a horse that just doesn't have much speed or stamina to really do anything but maybe place in a couple of Grade 2s or Grade 3s, right? So we'll go ahead and do that for Stars of Galaxy. Go ahead and feed this horse a carrot to get the weight up and drop the fatigue down a little bit. I'm okay doing that for now because, again, this horse is a late growth type. I'm willing to take most of this year to figure out what's going to work. So, again, I have to make sure I get this right. That's 31 minutes for this post time, and that's essentially 50 minutes for that one. But that will do that for Stars of Galaxy. Now, as far as these other two, because they're already in a race, technically the only thing I can do is continue to train them, feed them, and things like that. But I can't even race them between now and then. So I will have to move over another horse. So we've gone from 2 horses to 4 horses essentially in one episode. That's going to happen here today. So let's go ahead and go to our farm first and foremost and show you what we have going here. The sightseeing tower, again, is where you collect your coins. Our spa is at level 3. Our turf track is at level 2. I was going to say our dirt track, which is not even built, not even on the map yet. But the turf track I would like to upgrade. I think I can do that now, and I can. That'll help to improve our horse's overall turf competition rating. And after that, there's a lot of other facilities I need to work on that have not been built. You see where the bulldozers and the construction zones are. We haven't even started anything. So we have a long way to go on our farm here in this game, and installing all of these facilities and getting all of these zones properly built with these tracks and spelling yards and vet stations. Those are really important to helping the overall quality of the horses you have compete better, and the overall efficiency of your farm run even smoother. So I do need to get to work on those. So we still only have 1 mare, and I don't want to move her over yet until I understand what we have in our colts. She's our only one, and they're pretty hard to get in this game compared to other games. You can see I have 10 total horses back here. 9 of them are colts, and we only have the 1 mare, the one lady here. So definitely need to save and preserve her until I feel like we have at least a couple of studs that we can potentially use. I think, I know the studs have essentially, they have so many times that they can be used for breeding. The mares are limited to, I think, 5 studs per mare, which is great. So, of course, we'd have a lot of half siblings. But the point is we could get better horses, and of course, over time with more bidding, more auctions for me, I can acquire newer horses, and we can obviously get the lines and the pedigrees to be clean. I've already did my free bidding today here at the auction, so nothing to go. forward with on that regards. But you see the horse 6-star broodmare little Botella is available. So it's cool that you can win horses like these, but you have to do specific events, which I usually just don't have the time for. So just kind of like to walk you guys through that. Again, I did say I have to move over another colt just so we can have another horse. And I'm considering taking the shot on one of these 4-star colts just to see what we may or may not get. I still prefer to work with later growth type horses. Katana Show, I like the name of that horse. Runs a pretty good distance as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move this horse to our stable, Katana Show. I'll keep the name. I like the name. And now Katana Show will be our 4th colt here racing at the HRG stables. And beautiful guy there. So we see what he has here. And actually what I'm going to do for him, which is unrealistic, but again, it's a game. So sometimes I do like to just kind of take advantage of some things just to figure, out what type of horses I have quicker. I'm going to go ahead and throw him into his first race. And the one thing I will do for him is give him some tack. Again, I don't usually do this because sometimes giving them certain tack will take away certain abilities and ratings that you don't want it to take away. Now, I'll usually at least do something with the reins. I like to give a little bit of color and personal identity to the different horses. So with Katana Show, might actually give this guy blue. I haven't really done that in a while. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this for Katana Show, a darker blue. I can spend coins. It doesn't take away anything. And as far as the hood, I don't want to spend my diamonds, but I will go ahead and give him a hood. Going with a color scheme that may still match our silks to some extent. We have green going. I actually prefer a more blue outlook for this guy. Something like that for Katana Show. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get him those colors there, blinkers, as long as I don't have to spend diamonds. So you can get different sets of blinkers and whatever that can have different effects on speed, stamina, temper. So you do have to kind of go through the motion of seeing what you want and what you don't want. Stamina's going to be down either way if I put blinkers on. I'm willing to take that risk because this is only a 4-star horse. I'd rather him be faster with a little bit of willpower. I think that would help us out. So we will give him the blinkers, especially since he runs a distance of, I think, 6 furlongs minimum all the way up to like 10 or, yeah, I think 6 to 10 if I'm not mistaken. So he runs a pretty wide range. So I want him to be at his best no matter where he's running. And give him some good horseshoe quality. We'll get him this for his cornering. Hopefully give him a good launch. Not going to do cheap pieces, noseband, tongue ties, bits. That looks like a good one. Basic there. Gets good upgrades. Has him feeling good all the way around. And as far as bandages, we'll go ahead and put some colors on. Probably just going to stick to what we've been running here. Give him the blue. So we'll give him all 4s. And I think that's about it. So here is our newest 2-year-old colt, Katana Show. So let's go ahead and get ready to get this guy into his first race. Again, I don't usually do this, but I want to see what he's capable of. So I'm willing to take that chance. But let's actually go ahead and just run him through a tough a turf gallop session. I was going to do the barrier trial, but I actually kind of like the look. It doesn't match our silks, but I do not care. I just want him to stand out when we're racing him so he's easier to identify. And we'll go ahead and feed him some good stuff here to get his fatigue down to 0. Just working on the good grain, the veggies, all that good stuff that he needs. Okay, got some jockey equipment prizes, so that's nice. Not worried about that right now. But we will make sure... I finally have a breeding nomination. I don't think I've actually received one of those, and that was 6 days ago? Huh. I just randomly got these things. Why? Oh, from Grade 1 Championships. I keep forgetting, like, there's seasons in this game. I just don't play it enough to really, keep up with it. That should be good. That means I might be able to actually, I should be able to nominate one of our studs here before we get into our first race. Let me double check. Adioshi Preston. He's supposed to have a bar here. Yeah, I'm not trying to actually retire him. And breeding only happens during certain months anyways, so it's not like I can do anything now. Yeah, I'll have to make sure I come back to that. I thought maybe that would have given us a chance to give him a boost, but there's really nothing here for us to do. That's no problem. All right, Katana Show. Here he is. We'll get you up in your first race. And, yeah, I know he's not in his best shape, but I'm just willing to see what he's capable of. It's okay. I don't like any of these jockeys. I will take a chance with Oliver P. from France. And it's going to be a field of 10 for Katana Show's first time. Number 6, draw number 10. Wide draw, so that's not great. Let's see the competition that we'll be running against here. Of course, he's one of the worst horses, if not possibly the worst in the field. But actually, no, he's rated 80 by default, and some of these other horses are in the 70s. So despite him not being in great shape for this race, he's actually a little bit better off than some of the competitors. So let's go ahead and watch his first race here and see how he does. Katana Show. Draw number 10. We're off and racing. It's a slow start for him, so I wonder if he's a closer. I would assume he is. We're one of the only horses in this race with mask and blinkers, or hood and blinkers. In fact, it's only one of 2 horses. You see the horse, 10 horse at the front with the jockey that has the neon green and kind of darker purple silks. They're kind of in a pattern formation. Well, anyways, that's the only jockey with a horse that has hood and blinkers. We're the other one. Yes, we are running as a closer, so I'm hoping Katana Show will be able to take advantage of sitting off the pace, obviously trailing the field, and make a good run to really close in. So we ran the first quarter in 24-2. Let's see what these next fractions are, just to see how the pace is going. If we're picking up the speed or slowing down. The 5-horse Blissful has us under control. Comfortable lead by 2 lengths here. So no real pressure, no urgency here today. Ran 24-3, so pretty consistent. A little bit slower, but a moderate pace. I would say we're running at a mid-pace right now. Didn't really speed up that much. Slowed down a bit, but not to the point where it tells you that the pace has significantly changed. So approaching top of the stretch here, we'll see what Katana Show does in his maiden. Can he break his maiden? That'd be fantastic. He'll be the horse with the blue bandages and my traditional green and orange silk colors. Now, he has a long way to go. He's not really making an impression. He is closing, but not closing enough. And no, he's just kind of just staying with the field. But yeah, he's not obviously in the best shape. Wanted to see how he would do. But I am hopeful that with obviously some real training and conditioning for him, he might actually be a true closer for me. He finishes 7th. It's pretty much what I would expect. That's actually better than not finishing in last place, so we'll take that. His rating doesn't change, but we do get a lot of boosts to essentially all the other categories, so not a bad result considering that was his first race. That actually kind of told me quite a bit in regards to where he's at. So I'll go ahead and fast forward a month. I'll continue to train. There's really nothing else to do. I'll probably put him in another race, but I really want to look forward to the grade 1s and the grade 2s that we'll be competing in with Adiyoshi Preston and Super 1. The grade 1 happening in 18 minutes in real time. The grade 2 still an hour away. Much more time away from that. So what I'm going to do here is give a transition for that next part of the racing calendar for us today as we hit the Arrowfield Stud Stakes. Adiyoshi Preston is looking pretty good. Still waiting to get that grade 1 win. I think he finished 3rd in his last grade 1 last time out. So certainly a chance that he can improve today and actually get that win. I feel like I'm getting close. He's still in pretty good condition. In fact, let's just go ahead and take a look at Adiyoshi Preston to show you guys physically what he looks like. There he is. Stall number 1, our main guy here. And 110 rated. That's usually what I can get these type of horses to. He's 5 stars. And remember, we do, I think, have 3 6-star horses back there in the stable. I think they're 3, or maybe it's 3 5-stars, something like that. But regardless, we do have more horses like him. I'm just kind of waiting to hold on. As you can see, speed is at 80, stamina is at 78. It's not the best. You can see that bar, the blue bar should be all the way over to the right. There's still quite a bit of gray space there. So obviously he's not the greatest, but he's a good stepping stone. If I can retire him for breeding, I think it could work now. He hasn't won a race in quite a while. He won his first 3, then he's finished 2nd and then 3rd in the last 3. So again, he's been competitive. 7 races, and he hasn't finished worse than 3rd. He's won 2 grade 2s, if I'm not mistaken, and 1 grade 3. And again, it's that grade 1 that's avoiding us, and that's obviously what we're trying to obviously achieve here. So I'm hoping we can do that. The grade 1 international is a level I need to get to, but our horses are nowhere near that good yet, and that'll probably take a couple of in-game years for that to even happen. But again, he's the best horse we have, and I'm really hoping he can get this grade 1, because I believe if he does, it unlocks the ability for him to breed. That's just how it was from my previous 2 studs that I used for breeding on my old file before it deleted. It wasn't until I won a grade 1 in a PvP-like format, or at least did well enough that it gave me the ability. But I'm pretty sure I did win those races. So that's just something that's been avoiding us, and I'm hoping we can get there pretty soon. So I'll get back to you guys once that grade 1 Arrowfield Stakes rolls up here. All right, guys, so we are back here with the grade 1 Arrowfield Stakes with Adeoshi Preston, post position. Where are we? I feel like they have this mixed up. They do this all the time. So we have number 1, post position number 10. Playing against some very competitive players here today. Adeoshi Preston, kind of middle of the road here in this field as far as his turf rating is concerned. It's a field of 16 thoroughbreds. And our chances don't look great. But again, we've been one of the most consistent horses in the field. As you see, I don't have any grade 1 wins. I am going to have to start moving horses over, and I'm probably going to do that in the next episode or the episode after that. Moving more horses will give me more opportunities to obviously have better success. I'm just getting myself back into this file, but I feel like since I've been playing now for a couple of episodes, I kind of have my feet wet, and I feel pretty comfortable that I can handle multiple horses now in this game. Again, I usually like to start slow, have an idea of what we have as far as some of our best horses in the beginning that I've tossed out there, which are Super 1 and Adeoshi Preston, who's racing right now. In this race, after we see what we have with them, then I am more likely to start bringing in other horses. And that's the thing. I don't like having to try to get to know 10 different horses all at the same time. I prefer for it to be a drip-fed method where I get to know one horse. Okay, I have an idea what this horse is about. Okay, now introduce me a new one. I like to make sure I have a clear idea of who I'm working with and what I'm working with. Don't just throw me 10 people and say, good luck. Like, I think the better approach long-term is to actually get to know your value and what you have with each individual thing, and then you can move on to bringing on more. So let's go ahead and skip to the last 400 meters of this grade 1 as we head into the stretch, and we are on the very outside here with Adeoshi Preston and making a pretty good run. Look for the green reins there. That is our horse charging. Adeoshi Preston looking pretty good here. I don't know if he has enough to get to the wire. It doesn't seem like it, but he is staying competitive, and he's finishing a lot better than anticipated. And he's going to go ahead and finish 4th. Not bad. Not bad for Adeoshi Preston. So 4th in that race. Still not a win. Still not what I want or need, ultimately. And it doesn't help us for the breeding. So as good of a result that I can make that out to be, still not ideal. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Super 1, I believe, was also in a race. I'm not sure if it's I think it's happened yet, or it's getting close. Sorry, wrong screen. Oh, Super 1's race is happening in 7 minutes. I think I'll do that one in the next episode. And then again, we'll be moving more horses from our farm to our stable here as we get more competitive and try to get a couple more winners. So that's going to do it for today. Appreciate you guys for love and support. On the channel, I am still figuring out the HRM2 thing for people that have been asking. It's a lot more complicated than you realize. So just give me a little bit more time to have all that in order. That way I can do that legitimately for you guys and not have any issues. I had some issues the last time, which is why I haven't in a while. So appreciate you guys for love and support. But until next time, HRG signing out. Hope you have a great fantastic day. I'll see you later, and goodbye.